Hello and welcome back to our A1-A2 English Listening Practice podcast. My name is Jessica, and I am very happy that you are here today. This podcast is your special space to listen, repeat, shadow, and learn English at a slow and natural pace. Our goal is not just to memorize words, but to practice real English that you can use in your daily life. In this episode, we will focus on something simple but very important, talking about your daily routine. Why is it important to practice talking about your day in English? First, your daily life is real and familiar to you. You don't need to search for complicated words or ideas. You already know what happens in your morning, afternoon, and evening. This makes it much easier to form complete sentences. Second, talking about your day helps you practice useful and practical English. Instead of studying abstract topics like history or science, you practice English that you can actually use to communicate with others. When you describe your daily routine, you learn to speak naturally. You start thinking in English instead of translating from your native language. You also gain confidence because you are speaking about something you know well. Even if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. The key is to try and practice step by step. Each sentence you speak, each idea you share, helps you improve. By the end of this episode, you will be able to talk about your morning, afternoon, and evening using clear, complete sentences. You will be able to answer simple questions like, "What did you do today?" or "What is your daily routine?" This is the first step toward speaking English confidently and naturally. So, let's get started and build your English skills together, one sentence at a time. Learning English can feel challenging at first, especially when you are starting at the A1-A2 level. However, focusing on your daily routine is one of the most effective ways to build confidence and fluency. When you describe your day in English, you are practicing real-life language. You are using words and sentences that are meaningful and relevant to you. This makes learning more enjoyable and much easier to remember. One of the greatest benefits of practicing your daily routine is that you start thinking in English. Instead of translating each word from your native language, your mind begins to form sentences naturally. For example, when someone asks, "What did you do today?" you can immediately answer with full sentences like, "I woke up at 7, had breakfast, and went to work." This is not only more natural, but it also helps you speak faster and more confidently. Over time, thinking in English becomes automatic, and you will feel more comfortable in conversations. Another important benefit is confidence. Many learners feel nervous about speaking because they are afraid of making mistakes. By practicing your own daily routine, you can start with simple sentences about familiar topics. You don't need to worry about grammar or vocabulary at first. Every attempt you make is progress. Speaking about your real life allows you to celebrate small wins every day. Even one sentence is an achievement. Over weeks and months, these small wins add up, and your confidence grows significantly. Practicing your day also helps you expand your vocabulary naturally. As you talk about your morning, afternoon, and evening, you use words related to time, food, work, hobbies, and feelings. You don't need to memorize long lists of words. Instead, you learn vocabulary in context, which makes it easier to remember and use correctly. You also practice forming full sentences, which is much more useful than memorizing individual words. Finally, focusing on your daily routine creates consistent learning habits. You can practice every day, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. You can speak aloud, write down what you did, or record yourself and listen back. Each day, you add a little more to your story, making your English stronger step by step. Consistency is key to long-term improvement. In summary, learning English by talking about your daily routine helps you think in English naturally, speak confidently without fear of mistakes, learn practical and useful vocabulary in context, build strong daily learning habits. Remember, the goal is not perfection, it is progress. Every sentence you speak, every story you tell, brings you closer to fluency. Focus on your day, speak slowly, repeat often, and enjoy the process. Your daily routine is your personal learning tool, and it is the perfect way to make English a part of your life. Maintaining motivation is one of the most important keys to learning English successfully. At the A1-A2 level, it can be easy to feel stuck or discouraged, especially if progress seems slow. However, with the right mindset and strategies, you can keep your motivation high and continue improving step by step. The first step to staying motivated is setting small, achievable goals. Instead of thinking about mastering English completely, focus on simple objectives you can accomplish every day. For example, today you might decide to describe your morning routine in English or learn 5 new words. Tomorrow, you could add a few sentences about your afternoon. These small goals create a sense of achievement. Every time you complete them, you feel proud and encouraged to continue. This approach also reduces stress and makes learning more enjoyable. Another strategy is consistency and habit building. Motivation is easier to maintain when learning becomes part of your daily routine. For example, you can practice speaking English every morning while having breakfast, or review your sentences before going to bed. Even 10 minutes a day is enough if you do it consistently. Over time, this daily practice becomes a habit, and your English improves naturally. When you see progress, it reinforces your motivation and keeps you going. It is also important to track your progress. Keeping a simple notebook or diary where you write what you learned each day can be very motivating. You can write new words, sentences, or short stories about your day. When you look back after a few weeks, you will be amazed at how much you have improved. Tracking your progress helps you see that your effort is paying off, even if the changes are small at first. Another key to maintaining motivation is making learning enjoyable. Learning English should not feel like a chore. Listen to podcasts, watch slow English videos, or practice speaking about topics you love. Shadowing sentences from videos or podcasts helps you improve your pronunciation and fluency while having fun. Choosing content that interests you makes learning feel natural and keeps your curiosity alive. Finally, celebrate small successes and be kind to yourself. Do not worry about mistakes or compare yourself to others. Every word you speak, every sentence you write, and every story you tell is progress. Motivation grows when you recognize your achievements, even the smallest ones. In summary, to maintain motivation in learning English, set small, achievable goals every day. Make learning a daily habit, even for a few minutes. Track your progress to see improvement over time. Make learning enjoyable by choosing content you love. Celebrate your successes and stay positive, even when you make mistakes. Remember, motivation is not something you wait for, it is something you create with consistent action, positivity, and focus. By following these strategies, you will stay motivated, improve your English steadily, and feel confident speaking every day. The morning is the most important part of your day. It sets the tone for everything you do. Starting your day with energy, focus, and a clear mind helps you feel ready and confident. Practicing English by describing your morning routine is an easy and effective way to improve your speaking skills. You already know your morning well, so you can form sentences naturally without searching for words. When you wake up, it is good to notice the time and how you feel. For example, you can say, I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Sometimes, if you have many tasks, you may wake up earlier. You can say, sometimes I wake up at 6:30 when I have a lot to do. If you sleep late, you might feel tired. If I sleep late, I feel tired in the morning. You can even describe staying in bed for a few minutes. I stay in bed for a few minutes and think about my day. After waking up, many people like to stretch and take deep breaths. This helps the body feel awake and relaxed. You can practice saying, I stretch my arms and legs. I take a deep breath and think about my plans for today. I yawn a little to wake myself up. You can even do the actions while speaking to remember the words better. Next, you get out of bed. You can describe it step by step. I sit up slowly. I put my feet on the floor and stand up carefully. Sometimes I lie down a little longer before getting up. These simple sentences help you form complete thoughts about your morning. Going to the bathroom is another important part of the morning. You can say, I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth for 2 minutes. I wash my face with cold water. It helps me feel awake. Sometimes I take a quick shower, especially if I feel sleepy. You can add details. When I shower, I like to listen to soft music or English audio. After hygiene, you put on clothes. You can describe your choices. I put on clean clothes every morning. Sometimes I wear jeans and a t-shirt. If I have a meeting or class, I wear something more formal. You can also say, I check my hair in the mirror before leaving the house. Breakfast is the next step. You can describe what you eat. I usually eat something simple, like toast, eggs, and fruit. Sometimes I have cereal with milk and a banana. If I have more time, I make an omelette or oatmeal. You can also talk about drinks. I drink coffee most mornings. Sometimes I drink green tea. And describe your habits. I like to eat slowly and enjoy my food. Before leaving the house, you check your phone and prepare your bag. You can say, I look at the time and read my messages. I check my calendar to see if I have any meetings or appointments. I pack my bag with my phone, notebook, keys, and water bottle. Finally, you put on your shoes and go out the door. I open the door and step outside to begin my day. By practicing these sentences every morning, you build confidence in speaking English. You learn to use familiar words in complete sentences and start thinking in English naturally. Shadowing these sentences, repeating them slowly, and imagining your actions will make your morning routine a simple and effective way to practice English daily. The morning is the start of your day. It is very important because it sets the tone for the rest of your day. When you start your morning with energy, focus, and a clear mind, you feel ready and confident. Practicing English by describing your morning routine is an excellent way to improve your speaking skills. Your morning is familiar, so you can form sentences naturally and speak about real-life actions. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Sometimes, if I have a lot to do, I wake up earlier, around 6:30. If I sleep late, I feel tired the next morning. When I wake up, I often stay in bed for a few minutes and think about my plans for the day. I like to take a deep breath, stretch my arms and legs, and slowly get ready to start the day. Stretching helps me feel awake and relaxed. After stretching, I sit up slowly and put my feet on the floor. I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth carefully for 2 minutes. Brushing slowly helps me feel clean and ready. Then, I wash my face with cold water. Cold water helps me feel awake and energetic. Sometimes, if I feel very sleepy, I take a quick shower. During my shower, I like to listen to soft music or English audio. Listening while showering helps me practice English and makes me feel calm. After my shower, I dry myself and put on clean clothes. I try to wear something comfortable and neat. Sometimes, I wear jeans and a t-shirt. If I have a meeting or a class, I choose something more formal. I check my hair in the mirror to make sure I look presentable. Dressing well helps me feel confident for the day. Next, I go to the kitchen and prepare my breakfast. I usually eat something simple, like toast, eggs, and fruit. Sometimes, I have cereal with milk or a banana. If I have more time, I make an omelette or oatmeal. I like to eat slowly so I can enjoy my food. I usually drink coffee most mornings because it gives me energy. Sometimes, I drink green tea because it feels light and fresh. While eating, I sometimes watch a short video, check the news, or simply enjoy the quiet. Before leaving the house, I check my phone. I look at the time, read messages, and check my schedule. I pack my bag with everything I need: my phone, notebook, keys, and water bottle. Finally, I put on my shoes, open the door, and step outside to begin my day. By practicing these sentences daily, you can build confidence in speaking English. Start by repeating each sentence slowly. Then try shadowing, which means speaking at the same time as the model. Talk about your own morning using these sentences and add your own details. Step by step, your speaking will become natural. The morning routine is a simple but powerful way to practice real English, improve your vocabulary, and think in English every day. The afternoon is the middle part of your day. Many people are busy during this time, whether they are working, studying, or taking care of family and home. The afternoon is a perfect time to practice English because you can talk about your daily activities and describe what you do in a clear, simple way. Even if you are busy, you can practice speaking for a few minutes. After lunch, I usually go back to work. Sometimes, I feel a little sleepy after eating. I take a deep breath and start my tasks. First, I check my emails and answer the most important ones. I often read messages from my colleagues or classmates. I usually have 1 or 2 meetings in the afternoon. These meetings can be with my manager, clients, or team members. We discuss what we finished in the morning and what we will do next. The meetings are usually short, about 30 minutes. If I work from home, I sit at my desk and open my laptop. I type reports, prepare presentations or work on projects. I also look at my calendar to see what I need to do next. Keeping my desk clean and organized helps me think clearly and stay focused. Around 3 o'clock, I usually take a short break. I make a cup of tea or drink some water. Sometimes, I eat a small snack like fruit or a biscuit. If the weather is nice, I go for a short walk outside. Even 10 minutes of fresh air makes me feel better and more alert. When I have free time in the afternoon, I practice English. I listen to podcasts, read short articles or stories online, or watch slow English videos. I repeat short phrases out loud to practice speaking. Shadowing helps me speak more fluently and clearly. Sometimes, I pause the video or audio and repeat the sentences slowly. This improves my pronunciation and rhythm. Before I finish work or studying for the day, I write down a short summary of what I did. I also write one sentence to describe how I feel. For example, I can write, "I finished all my work today and I feel proud." If I did not finish everything, I write, "I didn't study much today, but I will try again tomorrow." Writing in English every day helps me reflect and stay motivated. Even if you are not at work or school, you can describe your afternoon activities in English. For example, you can say, "After lunch, I take a short nap. Then I clean the house and prepare a snack. I sometimes read a book or listen to music." The key is to use full sentences, even if they are short, and to speak slowly and clearly. Practicing your afternoon routine in English helps you build confidence. You are not only learning new words, but also using them in real situations. By repeating sentences, shadowing, and describing your own afternoon, you can improve your speaking skills every day. Step by step, you will become more comfortable thinking and speaking in English. Evening is a special time of the day. It is the time to relax, review your day, and prepare for tomorrow. Practicing English during the evening is useful because you can describe your daily activities, your feelings, and your habits in a calm and reflective way. I usually come home at 6 o'clock in the evening. After I enter the house, I take off my shoes and sit down for a few minutes to rest. Sometimes, I watch the news or listen to music to relax. Listening to English audio or slow music in the evening is a good way to practice listening skills. Next, I prepare and eat dinner. I cook dinner if I feel energetic, or sometimes I order food if I feel tired. I usually eat at the table with my family. While eating, we talk about our day and share stories. Talking about your day in English, even with yourself, helps you practice speaking naturally. After dinner, I clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. I can describe this by saying, "I clean the kitchen and wash the dishes carefully." Sometimes, I go for a short walk after dinner. Walking outside helps me relax and enjoy the evening. I can say, "I walk around my neighborhood or sit in the park if the weather is nice." After returning home, I take some time for myself. I might read a book, listen to calming music, or review my English notebook. This helps me reflect on the day and continue learning. Before bed, I take a shower and brush my teeth. I like to feel clean and comfortable before sleeping. I go to bed around 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I can describe this by saying, "I get into bed and think about my day. I feel relaxed and ready to sleep." Thinking and speaking in English about your evening routine helps you use real, practical English. Even if you are alone, you can practice describing your evening. You can say, I drink tea after dinner and watch a short video. I read a book and listen to soft music. I prepare my clothes and bag for tomorrow. Using simple, complete sentences helps you speak more fluently. Shadowing is also useful in the evening. You can repeat sentences slowly, following the rhythm and tone of a model speaker. For example, I take off my shoes and sit down for a few minutes. I cook dinner or order food if I feel tired. I eat dinner with my family and talk about our day. Repeating these sentences helps improve pronunciation, confidence, and the ability to speak naturally. Finally, ending your day by reviewing your evening routine is important. You can think about what you did, what you enjoyed, and what you learned. Speaking about your day in English, from morning to evening, helps you practice real-life English step by step. Each sentence you speak builds confidence and helps you think in English naturally. By practicing your evening routine in English, you continue learning in a calm and focused way. Step by step, day by day, you improve your speaking, listening, and thinking skills. You are using English in real life, not just studying it. Congratulations! You have now practiced speaking about your full daily routine in English, from morning to afternoon and evening. This is a big step in improving your speaking skills. Remember, learning English is not about being perfect. It is about using the language every day and practicing consistently. Every sentence you speak, even if it is simple, helps you think in English and build confidence. The key to improvement is practice. You can start with one sentence today, 2 sentences tomorrow, and gradually tell a full story about your day. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. When you speak, you are using real English, and that is more important than being perfect. Every small effort counts. You can practice alone, at home, or anywhere. Speak about your day in the morning, review your afternoon activities, or describe your evening routine. You can also record yourself and listen back. This helps you notice your pronunciation, sentence structure, and fluency. Shadowing is another useful method. Repeat sentences slowly after a model speaker. Copy the rhythm, tone, and speed. This makes your speaking more natural and confident. Be proud of yourself. Every time you speak in English, you are making progress. English is not just a subject to study, it is a language to live. Use it in your daily life. Talk about what you did today, what you will do tomorrow, or simple things around you. Step by step, word by word, sentence by sentence, you are improving. Keep believing in yourself. Keep listening, keep repeating, and keep speaking. Your effort today will help you become more confident and fluent in English. Remember, consistency is the secret to success. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Keep going, and enjoy your English journey.